Hello and welcome. This is Tomasz, aka Flying Broskov, and today I'm gonna do at least two short flights. We'll see if I do more or not. The first one will be from Jaffrey Airport, Silver Range, to Peppeller. It's a very short 21 nautical miles hop, so I'll begin that. And load the handmade knives today. In the meantime, let's switch, not this one, but let's switch to the planning. Let's first check the weather. Flying from Silver Range to Pepperer. Set a very short flight in here. And as you can see, the weather is perfectly clear. Let's check 1 hour from now. Basically staying clear all the way. So it's gonna be a VFR flight, finally, after so many flights in the clouds. I'm actually excited to get it to fly that. Let's go back to planning this. We'll be going from Kilo Alpha Foxtrot November to 6 Mike Alpha. I'll clear this path, and that will leave us with this very short hop. There isn't much as far as any kind of ground references go, so I'll first check which runway I will use for departure, and that will give me an idea what to look for here. So for that I need weather at Silver Range. It says that there is no wind, so I can choose whatever I like. In that case, I will depart to the south, as I am currently located at the north apron of the field, and I will use runway 16. That means that I will be departing kind of a 45-degree crosswind departure, and I will be looking to cross this lake. From there, basically I will try to spot this road, and I will probably use a basic dead reckoning to fly this lag and make sure that I spot this pepperell at the edge of this well, at the extension of this small lake. I've flown to Peppeller at least 2 times in the simulator, so I should be able to spot it. Just to be perfectly sure, I will maybe configure... You know what, let's first check the weather at Nashua, because the wind will be basically the same, or is bound to be same. That's cache. Verbatim, alright. So I will do it like that. I will plan to go over this lake. That will allow me to join left downwind for the runway that goes southwest. That's what I'm gonna do. Right, I will be flying pretty low to the ground. It's very short hop. Let's say 2,000 feet. I don't need any more. And speed, let's do 150. And let's get an nav look. What I'm looking for is basically this userfix to userfix heading that I should fly, and that is 126. And it should take me 7.6 minutes to fly that. And that lag is from this lake to this lake on 126 heading. Alright, let's check. I'm ready to go. Perfect. Let's jump into the simulator and let's get flying. I'll double check if I have any controller online, but it's untowered to untowered VFR flight. I don't need a controller. And am I connected? No, I need to connect. Okay, no controller online. So let's get going. First of all, let's turn on the battery and navigation and anti-collision lights. Drop one notch of flaps. And let's check. Flaps are down. Anti-collision light is blinking. Navigation lights are operational. That's very good. Flaps up and turn off the battery. I still have fuel, so let's load up the aircraft to the brim. Because I am hauling cargo after all. Okay. Let's get this airplane started. So magnetos.
Clear prop.
Alternators. Full mixture. Open throttles a little bit. And let's start. And I need to turn on that battery, otherwise I will not start. One engine. Second engine. Engine looks good. I will lean for taxi. Turn on the avionics. Configure a VFR squawk, and yeah, I will try to fly without this moving map to determine if I'm able to follow the route as I picked it to be truly VFR and not rely to any instrumentation. But for taxi, I will use it. Okay, let's get going. Silver Range traffic, Oscar Kilo Golf Charlie Romeo is Twin Cessna on parking, taxiing to runway 16. Silver Range. So that was a self-announcing call. And after I configure the altimeter setting, which I forgot, I am good to go. It should be 3052, so pretty high actually. 3052 there, and as you can see, the like indicated altitude has risen about 800 feet. 800 feet, so it's very important to not to forget to set up your altimeter. The field elevation is 1026 feet. That checks. And I'm going. Parking brake goes off. Let's make a turn here. I can turn off this moving map, not to cheat, so to speak. Okay, here is the runway. I will do my run up. So check the flight controls. Left, right, right, left. Elevators, working. Rudder, it's working. So flight controls are clear. Engine run up. Magnetos. Acceptable drop. Put them back, watch until it's back, and second set of magnetos. Acceptable drop. Let's put it back to main tank. Clear all the trims. Trim for takeoff. Check the feathering. RPM drops not lower than 1200. Slowly back. Section is good. Engine instruments good. Go to idle. Working, very good. Temperature is low, so let's start that heating, so they don't freeze to death. And we're good to go. Silver range traffic, Oscar Kilo Golf Charlie Romeo, runway 16, taking off, 45-degree left departure. Silver range. And that is a call, letting them know that we are departing. We're departing on the crosswind, 45-degree to the left. Landing lights are on, strobes are on, fuel pumps are on. Let's take the runway. I will do flaps 1 departure, short field takeoff, and here we go. Gear up. Clear the obstacles, so pitch down, retract flaps, and continue on VY, which is 109 knots. Immediately start seeing those legs, and this is the one that is my first point. So I'm gonna turn, coming up on 2,000 feet. So let's level off. Start my timer. And I should fly heading 126. And slow down the aircraft. I don't need to fly that fast. And just clear that hill there and then configure myself for 126. Silver range traffic, Oscar Kilo Golf Charlie Romeo, departed the Peppeller, turned on course, final call, silver range. We'll lean. Okay, it's right. Let's turn 126. I can slow down a little bit more. So I get 150. This close to the ground, that is the indicated speed, and true speed is virtually the same. Landing lights can go off. Fuel pumps likewise. Fuel pumps off. Engines running good. And we're flying. And as I said before, it should take us almost 8 minutes. Maybe it will be closer to 7 because I'm flying a little bit faster. There's some airfield in front of us. We are approximately in the middle, so it might very well be the Peppeller one already. In that case, somewhere to the right, we should see the lake. think the lake that I was speaking about is there, just in front of our nose. Should be that one. Let's go there. According to the time, it should take me 2 more minutes to get there. It seems about right. If that is the case, it will point to the airport, which should be there in the middle of the screen somewhere. And I'm gonna be landing at runway 24. Peppeller traffic, Oscar Kilo Golf Charlie Romeo, about 8 miles to the west, to join a left downwind to runway 24, Peppeller. And I'm gonna turn the heading back to 24 to make it easy for me. The reason I decided to approach from the south is that to the north there is a Class Delta airspace of Nashua Airport, and it's kind of unnecessary to bust that one. I will already descend to 1200, which is a pattern altitude for Pepperer. If I'm not able to spot the runway, I will need to overfly the field to get a better bearing. We'll see how it goes. Gonna turn here. Actually, I'm gonna keep flying a little bit. The airport should be off our wing to the left. Let's fly parallel to the runway. And then establish that 45 degree, and we'll see if we are able to see the runway or not. Maybe it should be there, but I'm not sure. Let's see. Pepperer traffic, Oscar Kilo Golf Charlie Romeo, joining left downwind, runway 26, Pepperer. Correction, runway 24, Pepperer. Yeah, that is the runway. So not exactly joining the midfield of this airport, but I guess good enough. And I've lost a little bit of altitude, so I'll add power. That's enough. Drop first larger flaps and landing gear. And I can start descending. Landing lights going on, fuel pumps on. Pepperer traffic, Oscar Kilo Golf Charlie Romeo, turning left base, runway 24, Pepperer. Pepperer traffic, Oscar Kilo Golf Charlie Romeo, turning final, runway 24, full stop, Pepperer. Let's drop second notch of flaps. Oh, there's some trees in the way, so let's just... Okay, this doesn't look good, so I'm gonna go around. Flaps, gear up. Pepperer traffic, Oscar Kilo Golf Charlie Romeo going around, joining left pattern, Pepperer. Okay, so whenever it doesn't look right, it's a good idea to go around. Pepperer traffic, Oscar Kilo Golf Charlie Romeo, turning left crosswind, runway 24, Pepperer. Pepperer traffic, Oscar Kilo Golf Charlie Romeo, turning left downwind, runway 24, Pepperer. Okay, again, first notch of flaps and landing gear. Let's try to make a better job of it, but there's this tree in the way, so we need to clear that. Okay, let's try to make a better job of it. Pepperer traffic, Oscar Kilo Golf Charlie Romeo, turning left base, runway 24, Pepperer. Pepperer traffic, Oscar Kilo Golf Charlie Romeo, turning final, runway 24, full stop, Pepperer. Okay, second notch of flaps. I don't like those trees. Let's go just above them. Ah, that was hard. Definitely not one of my better landings. Let's turn off here. Flaps goes up, landing lights off, strobe lights off. And parking brakes. Let's keep the aircraft running. Pepperer traffic, Oscar Kilo Golf Charlie Romeo, runway 24 is vacated, Pepperer. Alright, let's finish the contract. And I can start planning for my second flight, which will be from here to 0 Bravo 5. And 0 Bravo 5 is called Turner's Falls. I'm gonna begin this one and load stamping tools. Interesting. Loading stamping stamping tools, and let's plan the flight from Peppeller to Turner's Falls. This time it's a 44 nautical miles trip. The wind is variable. Let's check which. I believe that this runway will be better too, so we take runway number 6 for takeoff. With that in mind, it's gonna be a departure there towards this class Delta. If I check the runway 6, it has a left traffic pattern. So in order to stay outside of this delta, we'll actually do something that is not completely standard, and we'll use the left downwind departure. That means that we'll depart, turn left on downwind, try to keep out of that delta, and then go off. So my first user fix will be here, beam the airport, and then let's see what we can use. I believe that what we can use is this nice highway down here. So I'm gonna try to intercept that highway, or maybe we use the VOR. No, let's do this. Let's intercept the highway. So I will take off, and I will try to look for this lake, if I can spot it from above, and through that go and join the highway like here, and we can follow it all the way to Turner's Falls. And again, the navlog will help us determine the time we should get. Also, as a backup, we have the Gardner VOR here, and as you can see, it's 20 nautical miles. This rose, that's 10 nautical miles. So it's basically twice the distance. So Turner's Falls should be at 20 DME from this VOR. I will tune it in, so I have that backup. We don't have any airspaces, any deltas, charlies, or bravos along the way. So again, this should be a pretty alright flight. I will try to check the weather at this. It says the wind is 340. That means almost from the north. That means I will be landing from the south to the north on this airfield, and I'll bring up the page for it. No, that's not the one. It's 0 Bravo 5. Turner's Falls. Runway 16 and 34. Left. The elevation is 358. So I believe that I will try to climb a little higher, maybe to 3,000 feet at this time, so I have a little better look around. Maybe even higher, and since we are going westerly, it would need to be even 1000 plus 500. So let's do 4500. The speed, since I could see I was going faster, let's do 165 and generate the nav log. I will keep this on my second screen so I can reference it. And double check that I have loaded. Yes. And we are able to go. Pepperer traffic, Oscar Kilo Golf Charlie Romeo, taxiing to runway 6, Pepperer. Parking brake goes off. And here we go. I will use all the available runway I have. And before I take off, I'll take a 2-minute break. So I'll be right back. And I'm back. Let's go. Pepperer traffic, Oscar Kilo Golf Charlie Romeo. Taking off, runway 6. Left downwind departure, Pepperer. Landing lights and strobe lights going on. First notch of flaps, because we are heavy and we want to use the shortest distance possible. Gear up. Flaps up. Pepperer traffic, Oscar Kilo Golf Charlie Romeo, turning left crosswind, runway 6, Pepperer. And I'll just go and climb above the pattern altitude. I will not be staying there. Pepperer traffic, Oscar Kilo Golf Charlie Romeo departed the pattern, turning on course, Pepperer. So when abeam the airport, I will turn the course or heading to 237. To get me to correct path. That in the front might be the lake that I'm looking for. Let me consult my sectional. Yeah, that's the one in front of my nose. There's also some hill in the distance. Forgot to start my timer. I will do that now. We are going slower in any case, so it should offset that I turned it on later. Landing lights off, fuel pumps off. It should take me about 6 minutes. About 6 minutes to get to this major highway. We're coming up on 4,500 feet. So I'm gonna level off. Speed up a little bit. And after I have sufficient speed, I can a little bit lower the manifold pressure and also RPM. Then let's lean for the best EGT and slightly back to rich. And I will also turn on my fuel pumps and switch my tanks to auxiliary power, auxiliary tanks. And let's keep flying. This is the city of Fitchburg, which is the one that the highway is going from. It's not 6 minutes though, so let me Okay, I was mistaken. Yeah, it should have taken 6 minutes. Maybe it counted with a very slow climb out. And of course I turned it on very late. So the road should go south of that airport. It's going north of it. But it's this. So I'm gonna reset my timer, turn heading 289er. There we go. Okay, that road will be that one of my left propeller. I'll fly slightly closer to it. That seems like a major road. Let's try to follow it. Should take me about 8.5 minutes. Sorry, correction. Almost 12 minutes to get to my destination. And as I said, I will tune in that Gardner VFR. It's 110.6. Verify we are flying basically straight to it. Yes. And follow the road. The road I'm following is this one. Okay, I'm running on auxiliary tanks, which are almost empty, but not quite. Engines are running smoothly. I have not suffered an engine failure for some quite time now, so I wonder when it comes next. The road is pretty visible. That's good. Let me double check the amount of road traffic that I have there. Land, road vehicles, oh, they should be there. Okay. Now we have Boston ground online, but that's of no interest to us at this point. They've been on for 2 minutes. Little bit lonely when you don't have anyone to speak to. No ATCs online and so on, but that's the life of a Vatsim pilot. Not every time you can have ATC coverage. We passed the Gardner VFR, and that town in front of us should be Athol. Yes, that's Athol, and we'll be flying just to the left of it, and beyond it should be the airport of Orange Municipal that we already visited on this stream. But this time we're not landing there, and instead continuing forward and further all the way to Turtles Falls, which lies on the banks of the river. Let me try to find. It's probably Hudson. No, it's not Hudson. Which river is that? Sadly, I can Connecticut River. And I was looking at the map and descended. Fuel still looking good. At this point it should be last 10 miles to go. As advertised, we will be landing runway at 34 at Turner's Falls, and that means, let me verify that it has a left traffic pattern. It does. That means I will be overflying the field. And then I will do a teardrop entry into the downwind. 2 aircraft, 2 jets, up top. Yeah, seems to be buddies. They seem to not to maintain proper lateral separation. At this point I'm only 8 miles from the field, so it's actually time to descend. We will switch the tanks back to mains. There's Connecticut River. Turner's Falls traffic, Oscar Kilo Golf Charlie Romeo, Twin Cessna, 7 miles east at 4,000 feet, joining left downwind runway 34, Turner's Falls. I'll slow up the aircraft so I can descend a little faster. The field altitude is almost 400 feet. I should be overflying that at 1,900. We'll set my heading back to 34. I know. It's because I don't have the gear down and the power is pretty low. That's the airport. Turner's Falls traffic, Oscar Kilo Golf Charlie Romeo, overflying the field at 2,400 feet from east to west, Turner's Falls. So let's actually be at 2,000, at least something. They already announced. And when I overfly the field, I will turn perpendicular to the runway and start the timer, reset the timer, so I fly at least 1 minute this direction before turning in. And I keep descending right now. Mixtures full reach. Landing lights going on. And I should refuel after this landing. Okay, that's 1 minute, so let's do a right turn. And descend to pattern altitude, which is 1,400 feet. There's the field. Coming up on 1,400 feet. Now actually level off, so that should give me enough lift to stay at 1,400 feet. Let's see. Yep. Turner's Falls traffic, Oscar Kilo Golf Charlie Romeo, joining left downwind, runway 34, Turner's Falls. Full throttle, full RPM, so full propellers. There is the runway. Maybe the numbers. So flaps 15 and gear down and add power to keep flying. Oh, we can actually start descending now. Turner Falls traffic, Oscar Kilo Golf Charlie Romeo, turning left base, runway 34, Turner's Falls. Yeah, this thing just wants to descend in the turns quite fast. Turner's Falls traffic, Oscar Kilo Golf Charlie Romeo, turning final, runway 34, full stop, Turner's Falls. And let's drop that second, flaps 35. And let's land. Yeah, let's try to come in a little bit slower this time. It shows I'm below descent path, but I believe that is not the case for this aircraft. I don't think that's correct. I'm actually... No, I'm not. Yeah, it doesn't work correctly. That puppy there, or Vatsim, or however that one is called.
That was tricky. Good landing after all.
Okay, we are down. Flaps are going up. Turn. I can turn off here. That's good. Landing lights off. Strobes off. Turner's Falls traffic, Oscar Kilo Golf Charlie Romeo. Runways 34 is vacated. Turner's Falls. And I'll taxi to the fuel there. Okay, I don't need this. Parking brake goes on. Let's deliver. Lovely stamping tools. That is delivered. Let's shut down this engine so I can refuel. And also the battery off. And let's refuel to the brim. Of course, I need to offload some the cargo here because the weight is just too much. That seems like it. Right, let's see if I'm gonna do one more flight or keep it for some other time. So I'm interested in flights from this airport. Okay, yeah. So we have access to some of the multi-legs flights now. Let's check it out. Okay, so this means 3 stops or 2 stops, or 3 legs. And the expiration is Wednesday. Well, I would still like to stay in this in Boston area for now. So maybe a simple one like that. And it expires on Monday. Well, I will pick it next time. Let's conclude this stream at this point. That's enough for today, and we'll try to do a next one next time. And good afternoon, the King of Bahrain. Sir, I just noticed your chat. Are you still here? Probably not. Alright, ending the stream.